Welcome to Eagle News 7, keeping you up to date at what's happening at Seven Oaks Elementary. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Eagles. This is Mrs. Butcher, and I and Mr. Graham are going to be with you for your morning announcements for the next couple of days. We're going to be covering our student code of conduct and our SOAR expectations, which is basically our SOAR rules that we need to make sure that everyone's following. First, I want to introduce some people that you're going to see on campus besides your teachers that are here to help you soar. First, there's me, Mrs. Butcher, your principal. Then we have Mr. Graham, your assistant principal. Mrs. Ferreira, your school counselor, who will be coming in to do guidance lessons in your classrooms and for those students who are online. We also have Mr. SOES, who is our learning design coach. And what that means is he helps our teachers make sure that they're designing lessons that are going to help make sure that you're learning. He's also really big on reading, and so you're going to hear him talk a lot about how you can become a better reader. We also have Mr. Cruz, who is our plant manager, and he's the one who helps make sure that our school has our lights working and that everything is clean on campus. And then we have Mrs. Rizzo, who is our RNA, and that just basically makes sure that she has all of our technology and our books ready and available to help you learn. Our first SOAR characteristic that we're going to talk about today is safety. And there's two main ways that we want to make sure that you're safe at Seven Oaks. Our first way is physical safety, and then our second way is emotional safety. So first we're going to cover physical safety. We all know that during this time, we're wanting to make sure that our students have a face covering. You can either have a face shield or a face mask that you're wearing on campus at all times. Your teachers are going to make sure that you have breaks when you can take off your mask. And those are only times when your teacher says that you can take your mask or your face covering off, because they're going to make sure that it's a safe time for you to do that. Other ways that we need to make sure that we're physically safe on campus is that we make sure that we keep our hands to ourselves at all times. So that's whether we're in our classroom and we're working at our desk, we need to make sure that we're only touching our belongings. Or whether we're walking in the hallway, we're walking with our hands and down to our side, and we're keeping our hands to ourselves, and we're walking in a straight line. We also need to make sure that we are walking in a line and that we're keeping our faces forward so that we know that if someone stops in front of us, we know that we need to stop as well. And when we walk in the hallways, we always walk on the right side. There will be times where you may be going to the media center and you go with a buddy. At that time, you also need to be making sure that you and your buddy are walking together and you're walking straight to that location, whether it's the main office or whether it's like the media center, for example. When we're at recess, we need to make sure that you're using all of the equipment in the correct way. At recess, you should still be maintaining your 6 feet apart from from someone else. So we have new recess equipment that you can use when you're out there. There are no balls at recess this year. So we have hula hoops, jump ropes, ring toss. Those are materials that you can be using and playing alongside with some of your friends. But we cannot we're not running and tagging each other because we're keeping our hands to ourselves at all times. There will be times, of course, where you're running around and you're playing. Maybe you did the ring toss and you have to run and go get it and bring it back. Those are times where, yes, we're outside and we're playing recess with our friends, but we're making sure that we aren't, we're making sure that we're not touching others. The other way that we need to make sure that we are being safe on campus is that we're being nice to each other and that everyone feels welcome to come to school. Your teachers are covering this every morning during your morning meetings, and you guys are building that great class culture because your class culture is your family. And so we want to make sure that everyone is being respectful to each other at all times. If there comes a time where someone is not being safe to you and they are being mean to you, your first thing that you have to do is tell them that they aren't being nice. And so you tell them, stop, you're not being nice. Give them a chance to realize that they aren't being nice and that they need to apologize and that they should say sorry, and then continue to then start to be your friend. If they don't say they're sorry and they continue to be mean, let the closest adult know. That could be your teacher, it could be someone in the cafeteria, or it could be Mr. Graham or myself. Let us know, and we are going to make sure that you're being safe on campus. And so we want to make sure that everyone feels safe on campus. We also have one last person that I wanted to make sure to introduce to you so that you know that you can be safe on campus. And that's our safety security guard, Mr. Weber. You will see Mr. Weber all around our campus every day. And if you ever want to say hi to him, he loves high fives. He loves just getting to know kids and knowing their names. And so you can always walk up to him and tell him if there's anything that's bothering you or if you see something suspicious. And he can make sure that he takes care of it because his job is to work with me to make sure that all of our Eagles are safe on campus. So now we're going to go ahead and go to Mr. Graham, who's going to tell us what we have for lunch tomorrow and what the weather's going to be like tomorrow.
Tomorrow's weather includes scattered thunderstorms with a high of 92 degrees and a low of 75 degrees. Tomorrow's lunch entree choices are PB&J, a grilled chicken Caesar salad, or macaroni and cheese served with garlic toast. The vegetables are Caesar salad or sweet savory fries. And the fruit choices include cantaloupe chunks, honeydew chunks, a pear fruit cup, or 100% fruit juice. The random Eagle fact of the day is the largest French fry in the world was 34 inches long.
Have a great day, Eagles.